Everybody, this will be Monday morning when I post this, but it is Sunday, Mother's Day. And I've been working on this children's country garden book journal out of that green file folder style that I was doing. I've arranged some papers. I shouldn't say arranged. I've gathered some papers. What I've done, first, I'm going to show you my Mother's Day from my son. My son that lives in South Dakota came back yesterday for the day. He made lunch, and then we hung out and just went to some of the flower and garden centers, and then we came back here and watched some Catfish on TV, the show Catfish. It's on Hulu. And then he made supper. He has a recipe for really crispy, like chicken tenders. He uses a cup of flour and he puts a quarter cup of cornstarch in the flour, and that's what makes it really crispy. And then he puts in salt, pepper, onion salt, garlic salt. I'm not sure what else. That's probably plenty. Mixes that in the flour and he breads it in there, and then he does it a second time. But before all that, he marinates the chicken in, I don't remember what, soy sauce maybe, and I can't remember. He marinates it for, I don't know, an hour or two. And then he breads it. And then he breads it a second time and he puts it in hot oil. And it is so crispy. It just crunches. And it's because of the cornstarch. So he got me this paper pad they have at Walmart. And I've never looked. He said he ran around after work and grabbed some stuff because he took off early in the morning to get here. And I haven't looked at their paper pads for a long time. They're very lightweight, but they're one-sided, but they're very pretty. And he had a big old bag full of stuff, all the things I love. Almond Joys, Junior Mints in the box, some glass beads, just different stuff. But I want to show you what I did. I was so excited when I saw them that I grabbed some of my favorite ones out, and this is coffee dyed, and this is this way. I said, oh, look how vintage this is. So that's the difference. I just mixed up a pot of coffee and threw it in. It's not really that heavy of a coffee dye, but there's that one. And then a bee one. Let's see what we can find. I really love them all, actually. Well, I'm not a fan of this. But, it might be a fun 50s thing. Look at this one. This is my absolute favorite. Oh my gosh, if you knew my house, I have olive green on the walls. Look at that. It just takes it down a whole notch. I love it. So I completely submerged it in coffee. And it wasn't very strong. I don't make very strong coffee. I should have done a bit. Oh, I love that one, but I didn't do that one. Here's the bee one. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Let's see, which other one did I do? Did I do that? I don't think I did that one. Oh, I did. Look at the difference. Big difference. And then we have to find this one. These are the only ones I did because he was at the stove cooking and I was kind of like, look at that, fudging in his way. This would be pretty with a heavy coffee dye. There's a brown one. I didn't do it, but I love it. Where is that one? I must have gone past this one in the back. Whoa. And he got me some glass beads. There we go. Big difference. Big difference. Got me glass beads for my dangles. I kept pulling stuff out and I'm like, oh, you know your mother. He said, I pay attention. So he was just here for the day. He left about 8 and he got home about 10 till 10. He texted and said, I made it. Thanks. I was just thinking about how far you would be down the road. Got me glass beads. They were just from Walmart too, which is fine. I don't care. I don't need anything. You should see my craft room. I need nothing. But I put them in this, they sell these. I don't know if they sell them anymore. They had them at Dollar General. I have a ton. Way more than I need. But they have, these are all glass. They're pretty. We're going to make some pretty dangles. Pretty, pretty dangles, which I think I'll put on the journal I'm working on today. This one has a design in it. Looks like a slag bead. Slag beads are when they took the leftover glass and they used to make, well, slag vases. They would make vases out of them at the end of the day. They also call them end of day glass. Just a little FYI there. And you can see them in secondhand stores quite often, and they're kind of worth money. Slag glass. That is it. Slag glass. End of day glass. So, I put this on the cover. I had a hard time getting it around this because, as you know, I like to do things back-asswards. I added a couple of stickers to kind of fill in where I goofed. I put some, this isn't a goof, I meant to do that. I added some stickers here beside Children's Country Garden. And then we open it up. I added a flap here, which is under here. So I will put the paper on this and cover that up. And what else have I done? Oh, I've got the 3 pockets. Pocket. Mitzi, you knew that was coming. A pocket. So there's that. I'm going to get this out of the way because it's quite annoying. I think I'll hang a bead on this. I'll go one less time. No. Maybe I should have made that longer. I can always make it longer. So I've got my string for my pages. This is the one I glued upside down. So I sanded it with some sandpaper to get all the glue off. And then I put some matte Mod Podge over it and kind of took the roughness off again, but I actually kind of like that feel. So she's making dolls out of hollyhocks. We used to do that as a kid. So each page is a page out of the book. And again, it's called Sunflower Houses by Sharon Lovejoy. I think I called her Karen in the first video. Sharon Lovejoy, she's an artist out of California, artist, author. And this one's called about dandelions. And then each one has a poem in the side or a little saying that she wrote. This one is about lavender. Lavender hedges. So they each have a theme. This is about walnuts. Look at, he made a walnut boat. That's what kids did when they were, you know, broke and poor and farm kids. They had to figure out how to make their own toys. Here's how to make a whistle. This is leaves. Orange tinted sassafras. This is a good tea dye, coffee dye. Mayday. So that's, now you get the point. But anyway, this is about Touch Me Nots. And I made a little tiny envelope because down here at the bottom it had the page number, like this. So to hide the page number, I made a tiny envelope. And I put some stickers like they're coming out of it. But let's pop some in. I think we could pop some behind. I made it so it's a tuck spot. And that way I could hide the page number. Put a purple one. So we can keep these with the journal. Oops, I'm caught on something. Caught on the other sticker. Actually, this sticker's probably too wide. Let's get a narrower one. Here we go. There. And then we could put something in the envelope too. And then this page is about leaf hats. And the need for a and swing was here, so I cut it off and made a little sign. And there's a swing in the tree. And then it talks about a story about some friend named George. Here's dandelions. Blow upon a dandelion, close thy eyes, chant this year, next year, sometime never. If one clock remains, we will be together. It's an old song. And then there's the page number. So I'm going to find a clever way to cover that too. I wouldn't need to, but. So this is a file folder, a yellow file folder. And my pages are somewhere with a paper clip. Where did I For love of, here they are, for the love of Jesus. Okay, so I have a kindergarten lined page. I have one of the pages from the book. See, then you can pull these out and read how to grow a watermelon in a bottle. So I've got some lined grid paper, another story page, another different kinds of a ledger paper. This one I folded wonky because I wanted to. This is the alphabet. Just printed a bunch of those one day. This is about the alphabet garden. See, we've got the nasturtium, obedient plant, petunia, Queen Anne's lace, rose, sunflower. You get the point, tansy. Dear God, in my barnyard garden I want, and this actual place is in Odebolt, Iowa. These gardens. Tyler's barn garden. Tyler, when this was written about Tyler Hogue is a true Iowa farm boy. He loves to spend his daylight hours out exploring and working on his own barnyard garden. And it goes on and on about his garden. He was probably about 6 or 8 when this was written about him, because I had this book. I've had this book for years and years and years. My daughter's 39, and I know I had it when she was young enough to go over there, and they do the maypole dance on May Day, and they have a festival. And that's when I got it. We went to the maypole festival. But anyway, he's in his 40s, I'm sure, or close to. And so there's the rest of the alphabet and the back pages of the ones from the front that I shared with you. And so what we do is find the center. And I just picked a page to be the center because I love this little gardening scene. And we will just take, I'm going to use this is from Dollar General, this string. And I do like to bind books with it. So we're going to do a different kind of binding. It's called the no-sew. It's called the Cheater's Way Out. It's called the, ooh, this is easy and I love it. So we'll just tie tight. Pretend you have an extra finger that you don't have. I'm going to tie a knot. Get in there. Waiting for all my chillins to show up. My son was here yesterday from Sioux Falls. Then my daughter texted me that her daughter just got done doing some of her homework. She's a 6th grader. She has a report due. She's got 3/4 of a book to finish reading and one other full book before the end of the year because they have X amount of books they have to read. And she used to love to read. She hates to read now. She's like, I hate reading. It's not even fun anymore. So she did all that today, and they went to the pool. There's an indoor pool at a rec center locally. And so they went there, and there's a basketball court. It's an old school, and they had a pool in the basement from the 40s. In fact, my mother-in-law used to go to PE there for PE. So, okay, so that's tied. So now this little journal is tied in, and you can slide the pages out as you choose or add. So I'm not going to add another one. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. So there's that. It's all snazzy. We've got the back to do. So how are we going to decorate the back? Let's see. I think more of this book because I love this. So I guess we just go through them, through the pages. This is a different book. There is this. This was a picture. I kind of like this. My summer home is the fairest of all with morning glory roof and sunflower walls. You plant your sunflowers in a circle, but you stop and you leave about, 36 inches or so for a doorway. And then you plant morning glories in amongst the round circle of sunflowers. When the sunflowers grow tall, the morning glories vine, and the kids can go in through that little opening and find their way to a secret hideaway, and it's very cute. I did it once many moons ago. This is in my way. So what are we going to do here? Let's see. I put this on, I'm gonna cut the corners. My brain is trying to come up with something. I'm stalling. See my brain stall? My neighbor just put her hot tub up today. She's scrubbing it out, filling it. She borrowed my hoses. I have a million hoses. I love those hoses that grow. You know, they shrink down. I've got 3 of them. So I can go a long ways. So if I do this and I leave the green, which I kind of like, I could put something behind that like a lace. I really could. I'm not opposed. This needs to be, it's too white. You're too white. You hear me? Look at this. This is sweet. I might have to put that somewhere. I'm looking for, now there's nothing more country than this eyelet. But I don't really want eyelet. So I'm kind of waiting for my kids. My bestie, she's filling her hot tub right now, but she wanted to go to the Amana Colony, not the Amana Colonies. She wanted to go where the Amish are in Kelowna, Iowa, or you can go to Olwine. And I said, well, it's Sunday. They're probably, you know, they're built on their religious philosophy. They don't work. I'm sure that they're not selling. You go down the road, it's called, well, they're Hook and Eye Dutch. I know that. You can go down their roads and you can buy pies, quilts. There's blacksmiths. There's, you name it. They sell, anyway, we wanted to go for plants because they grow fields full of flowers and then they sell them. Like pots, like greenhouse pots. What do we think of this? I think no. What do you think? So I don't know, we might go do that this week one day. Take her truck, because we will buy many flowers. You can go there in the fall and buy cases of tomatoes from them. I kind of like that. I don't know. I'm digging. I'm over here digging. This is really coffee dyed. I like that. I do like that about it. So I'm gonna I think it's 87 today or 89. Going to be in the 80s all week. And then Thursday or Friday, it's going to drop down to the 60s and be 60s on the weekend, which will make the boat people mad because it's hot all week and they're working, and then they're going to want to come here on the weekend and get in their boats. Yeah, I mean, you could still sit out there and float around. That's what they do. They just float around, drink beer, and talk. And they tie up together, and it's a whole thing. So they're the most suntanned people you'll ever see. How about if we took this and wove a ribbon? Boy, I'd like to make myself work, don't I? No, that's a no. Okay. Well, let's see. This is a no. This is, I don't really like this. I kind of think I'll just do this and tear some paper behind it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to tear some paper. Let me find some. Let's see. Where is my teared coffee paper? Oh my God. Are you serious? I think I'm out of plain paper. I don't really want, I'm not giving up yet. I'm not giving up yet. Keep looking. Looking. Aha, I found it. This is from Corky, I think. No, this is a magazine. That's what I was doing with it. I was sorting whose stuff is what the other day. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna tear, I don't know. You know what I do have? Oh, I do have some fabric. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, Mr. Postman. All right. Oh, if I coffee dyed this, that might work. Hey, Mr. Postman, look at me. Oh, yeah. Please, please, Mr. Postman. I'll stop. Spare me, please. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I could put quilt. Where is my doggone stuff? I am not kidding. Somewhere I have, I'm going to pause because I got to do some digging. Okay, I have an idea. While I was digging around, I came across my linens. I didn't even think about them. These are beautiful, but too big. I'd lose part of the image. So I was thinking, let's see, I've already used the one on one side. I was thinking about taking this and making it a pocket. So if this is the center right here, and I want the center of the, it doesn't really matter, you guys. It doesn't have to be the flipping center. It can be at the top, it can be at the bottom, it can be in the middle, it can be back in the basket, hoarded. I was thinking about if I fold this over and double it and make it a pocket. I like that idea. So I'm going to try to cleverly cut this. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to cut it bigger than I need. Here we go. We are just going to do it on the fly. It's really threadbare. Let's see. So if I fold it over, all right, I'm just going to stand here and do some stuff. This is probably a lesson in what not to do. What not to do. I'm standing. I'm going to, where's this was ironed. It's a little better. I think I will. I think I'll put something in there, like, I'll tell you what, like a piece of file folder. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to make it up as I go. My God, this room is hot that I'm in. I need to go open my door. My air conditioning is on in my home. But I know I've said it a million times. This is an addition. And it has its own, it's not attached to my central air. It has a window air conditioner that is in my garage waiting to be put in. This room has 7 windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 windows. And so I think you're smart, Linda. You are so clever. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Where'd you get your ideas? Just out of my cloudy brain. Let's do this and pray it works. Oh, well, that's okay. That's the top. Okay. Then we are just playing here. Let's not get serious. Let's not get mad about anything. That's a pocket. What is it? A pocket. Okay. I miss my friend Joey Cardmaker. I have not. He's been so busy, and he has a right to have his own life. But I'm in America, and I miss him. And I wish he was down the street, because I would go knock on his door, and I'd go, "Hi, mate." Like that. He's so sweet. If you don't know him, how's that? I think I'm freaking brilliant. I'm just gonna cut it. I'm just gonna cut it. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Probably doing it wrong. Okay. This can be dealt with I can sew this on the machine, actually. It's a good idea. Oh, you guys, I touched with the kitty. The stray that I've been feeding, he let me touch him last night. I'm not kidding you. I was so happy. That means I'm one step closer to be able to take him to a vet and have a true rescue. But I think he's going to lose his eye. I don't know. It's probably already wonky. But it was scary because when I touched him, I could feel, oops, that's backwards. I could feel, it just didn't feel right. I'm going to sew this. All right, I'm going to be right back. Okay, I believe it worked. So there's my back pocket, and I kind of sewed it wonky because I wanted to. Now I can take this and make it a card. But you know what? Look what's on the other side. Working in my garden at Heart's Ease, one day I turned to greet an elderly lady. "Oh," she said, her voice full of nostalgia. "This reminds me of my childhood in Nebraska." I knew she must have some special memories to share. Excuse me. "Can you remember any special garden things you did as a child?" I asked. She thought a moment, then began a wonderful story. "We were poor and didn't have lots of store-bought things. My favorite flower project was our summer playhouse. We didn't have a regular playhouse, but one we planted every year. In early summer, my mother would wake us up. 'Get up, you sleepyheads, today is the day.' And we would get out of bed, pull on our clothes. We didn't even want to eat breakfast, but she would make us sit down and take our time. It all just served to heighten the excitement. We couldn't wait to get outside. Chores done, watering can and stick in tow, we would head outside and take time choosing the best, flattest, sunniest spot in our garden. Then the work would begin. Mother would use a stick to trace out a large rectangle. Oh, a rectangle. Usually about 6 feet by 9 feet, leaving a small, and the rest of the story must be elsewhere. I'm going to have to find that. Well, that kind of makes me sad. I hope I haven't lost it. So let's kind of ink this up. I'm going to have to just leave this as is. I'm not going to want to lose that little story. And I definitely want this. It says, my summer home is the fairest of all, with a morning glory roof and sunflower walls. And it says Lovejoy. That's her name, Karen. Or Sharon. I keep wanting to say Karen. I reshared something somewhere today. It was about a Linda. Remember that little boy, little Hispanic boy? Linda, listen to me, Linda. I lost count. I don't even know how to count past a trillion. That's how many times people would send that to me. How cute is that, you guys? I wish this had yellows, but it doesn't. Now I'll show you what I did the other day. Sitting out here the other day, it was at night. The other day, 2 weeks ago, you always say the other day, and it was like a month ago. I just cut little pieces of fabric. Well, I didn't cut them, I tore them. And I just attached the top of a file folder to this one and a little piece of fabric. I stamped on them. And I stamped some words. I don't know where I got this stamp set. It's not a famous thing. Not a famous thing. And same with this. I just stamped these, and these are some French words. I did several. This one I did in green. And I thought maybe I could add one of these to that. I'll show you what else I did. I did all of these. I just was bored. I didn't really want a video. Did you ever have those days where you don't want a video? I just took some file folder, just cut it, and just added some stuff. Oh, I hear a motorcycle. They're all going to be rolling, not motorcycles, but people are just going to be on the run through here. These are just, I stapled some numbers on that I stamped, and I can add to these. It's just, I was just playing, you know, just having a play. Tore pieces of fabric and stamped numbers on them. Then I put a piece of file folder on the back to staple it. So then when I glue it down, I've got, you know, the glue won't show through the fabric. Just did a bunch of these. This is a number 3. Oh, number 3 coming down the line. Engine number. Then see there, 31. That's stamped good. Number 3. I need a number 9. Engine number 9. Remember, little bitty doody sitting in the forest. Roger somebody. I know it's going to be in my comments. Roger Williams. Roger somebody. Corky will know. Anyway, that's just something I did. Where's a cute one? We can just... Number 4. I don't want these ladies in there. These maybe. I might stick one of those in. So, see, I could just start decorating up the corners. Number 4. That'd be cute. Actual lay. I mean, right? I'll come up with an idea of something to do with these. Where's the one with the... See, I could do something with this that's like this. There's an idea. There's an idea, girls. Girls. All right, I think I'm done today. I might staple this on a page. That's cute. Shall we do that? Let's do that. I got to get... Oh, I got Amazon card for Mother's Day from my son and his wife. I'm going to have to... I'm going to have to order a staple gun, a stapler. Oops, this one's out. I remember that now. All right, we'll do that later because I got to fill it. Yeah, I got a gift card from Amazon. I think it's the best gift you can ever get in the whole wide world. Besides a card. I love cards. I got a beautiful card for my son. If I read it, you'd probably get tears. Basically, he said he wouldn't be the man he is today without me and my love. I just thought that was so sweet. All right, guys. I am going to stop for the day. I might just do this off camera and Put some beads on this. See how I say I'm going to quit and then I don't? All my kids are supposed to show up yet today. I sat here all day and waited. I want to say all damn day, but I'm not going to say that word. Should I say that word? I got invited to a luncheon. I didn't go because I thought my daughter was coming. My neighbor wanted to go see the Amish. I said I don't think they'll be open today. So we've got some green going on. We got a little brown. Let's put a little brine on there. Oops, I about dropped it. Oh, I think my daughter's here. Yep, my daughter's here. I see her car. Okay, I'm going to have to say goodbye. Friends, happy Mother's Day. Love you all. Bye-bye.